I did meet with the special envoy of China and of the U.S. actually, and I think they were quite optimistic about the agreements between the U.S. and China even before the meeting. So I guess that probably kind of lifted the mood, but I guess the next few days will be crucial.
So what's the biggest challenges facing your country when it comes to climate change?
The time for delivery.
Okay, so I think our country has two main challenges. One, of course, is domestic. We aligned with the net zero by 2050, and we have the challenge of doing all efforts to stand up to that challenge. Being a growing country in terms of population, and that is not a very easy challenge. And on the other hand, I think that in the background of COP in our region, in the Middle East, our challenge would be to enhance our regional cooperation and see that we meet the challenge of climate together with our neighbors, with Egypt, with Jordan, many countries of the region.
And in some ways, Israel seems to be putting politics aside in order to work with its close neighbours on climate change. How important is cooperation there, do you think?
I think it's very important. I actually think it's a key. You know, with looking at climate, we sometimes look to Europe or to the US to see the standards and what the big countries are doing. But actually, we share the climate with the countries of the region. We share the desert and the sea and the rising temperature. And these are challenges that I think no country can face alone. And regional cooperation makes a lot of sense in that respect because we're just close to each other, we share the challenges, and if we share the problems, we can also share the solutions.
So what is Israel doing about its own climate change issues? Has it started early enough, and is it doing enough now?
Yeah, I think it's a common knowledge that Israel joined in a little late. But I am proud to report that this last year has been very busy in terms of both mitigation and adaptation. We started rolling a climate law. We had billions of shekels invested in preventing fires and floods, in shading, in decreasing the heat waves and heat islands. And there is still a lot more to do. And we hope to keep up, and we also hope that our advantage, that is our innovation and technology, can serve not only Israel's mitigation and adaptation, but also be a solution to move the needle in the region and globally.
So what would you like to see emerge from this COP27?
I think that the countries participating in the negotiation are going between keeping the 1.5 alive, enhancing the efforts of mitigation, and actually making their commitments even more ambitious on the one hand, and on the other hand, asking themselves questions of environmental justice, of what is called the loss and damage. How is the developing countries that contribute so little to the crisis but are so very vulnerable? And I think if we can, as the world, as the global effort, can combine the two, see who is suffering from what and how we can reach out, I think that would be a great success. We still have 3 or 4 days to go to see if we can, as humanity, live up to the biggest challenge that we have created, and now we have to, to solve.